The Treehouse of Horror 33 actually had a full-length episode called Not It before this one. However, they also had this one, so I guess they were just keeping tradition, maybe. It starts out with kind of live action footage, showing a story called The Pookadook, satirizing the Babadook, which is a now classic horror film that I also really need to see. This story starts out when Marge reads The Pookadook to Maggie before bed, which is a really strange pop-up book. It's scary, and I like that we see Marge being a really good mother to Maggie. This book somehow ends up in the crib when Maggie's sleeping, and Marge throws it away. But it comes back, and the book has been altered, so Marge is actually in this book. Then Marge seems really different and starts to want to kill Maggie. This story is downright scary. So it's a cartoon, so Maggie's able to evade capture in a cartoonish manner, but then it gets even scarier. It does get resolved, and I really appreciate how dark this one gets. The next story is Death Tome. It's a parody of the niche popular anime Death Note. Now, I watched that series, and it gets pretty complex. But they changed the animation style to match anime. It starts with Lisa finding a book that will kill anyone if a name and cause of death is written in it. She uses it to kill this world's version of Snake, and then she meets a Shinigami, I forget if I pronounce it right, named Steve Johnson. I think he's sort of the Krusty in this world. Lisa can use the Death Tome to kill anyone, such as Mr. Burns, who wants to melt the polar ice caps. She keeps at it because there's more than just one person in this company, and super rich people die in strange ways. And she can't do the same method twice. This is when an anonymous detective named Elle shows up, just like on the show, and she doesn't know the full name, and so she can't kill him with the Death Tome, but she does know that it is in fact Elle Bartow. So the final story is Simpsons World, a parody of Westworld, that HBO version that for some reason isn't available on HBO. It begins with a classic scene from Marge vs. the Monorail, and it takes place in some world where the Simpsons are kind of these animatronic, realistic robots in this park acting out scenes from their popular episode. The Homer Simpson's bot becomes self-aware and realizes that he's just only IP in this strange little world. Now at first the Simpsons World staff try to disable him, but Homer just sort of evades them clumsily, but manages to kill them in the process. Homer then finds his entire replicant family, and they do their best to blend in and get to the exit. There's a lot of Easter eggs in the Simpsons world, and they get pretty creative, and then the Simpsons take on an army of Ralph Wiggums. The replicant Simpsons family then makes it out of the Simpsons world and get to the real world. Or are they in the real world? Yeah, I'm not spoiling the ending for this one, but it is gold. Oh my gosh, all three of these stories are great. An easy top 10 for sure, so recent. So, what'd you think of Treehouse of Horror 33? Did you like it? Leave a comment here.